Well, we're going to talk more about Caitlin Clark's absence and the impact this is felt. That's being felt around the league, and even in Indiana, it's going to be a big impact.
You know things get spicy when one player is carrying the entire WNBA like it's a broken refrigerator up a fifth-floor walk-up. Caitlin Clark has basically become the league. She's the main character, the plot twist, and the only reason half the country knows the WNBA still exists. The TV ratings. Let's just say, if ESPN could physically hug a human being, it'd be clinging to Caitlin like a koala on espresso.
What I'm interested in is what somebody tweeted me and asked about earlier today that I want to show you right now. Put this tweet up, please, so our audience can see it here. At 4th Gen Bucci, B-U-C-C-I, right? Stephen A. Smith. Can the WNBA keep itself afloat while CC, as in Caitlin Clark, is out? End quote.
We're talking record-breaking, eyebrow-raising, execs popping champagne TV numbers. The kind of viewership the WNBA probably thought had gone extinct. Suddenly, people who haven't watched a women's basketball game since Lisa Leslie dunked are tuning in like it's Game 7 of the NBA Finals. You can practically hear remote controls across the country groaning from how often they're flipping to catch Caitlin. And yet, here comes the WNBA acting like she's just another jersey in the locker room. Caitlin's presence is pure gold, and the league's treating it like they're trying to trade it in for expired Chuck E. Cheese tokens.
Here with you guys today, the ratings are out. Indiana Fever versus the New York Liberty, Caitlin Clark's most recent game on cable TV. And on top of that, the WNBA, desperate to sell tickets to tonight's...
Let's be real. The WNBA didn't roll out the red carpet for Caitlin Clark. They rolled out a yoga mat and said, make do. We're talking economy flights, a schedule that would make coal miners wince, and treatment that's one cardigan short of elder neglect. Caitlin isn't just exceeding expectations. She's doing it while getting side-eyed by jealous teammates and shoulder-checked by players who think they're in WrestleMania. If this is how the league treats its one cash cow, imagine what it's like for everyone else. And now she's injured. And the silence? Oh, now it's deafening.
Nor am I going to take my eyes off of what transpires with the WNBA over the next 2 weeks while Caitlin Clark is out with the quad strain. And the reason why is because, let me tell you something right now. I'm not going to go to word hate. I'm not going to be out there like RG3 was saying that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark or other players hate Caitlin Clark. But I will say this. I don't think it's specific about Caitlin Clark. I think it's what Caitlin Clark represents. See, it's no fault of Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark balls. She balled at Iowa in college. She's balled since she's been in the NBA. She came into the league last year with no break whatsoever between the college game and the pro game and did her thing. Ended up as an all-star, ended up being 4th in the league in MVP voting, was the clear winner for Rookie of the Year. No competition whatsoever in that regard when it was really all said and done. We know what she brings to the table.
For the next 2 weeks, including 2 road games. One of those games being against the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese, where they have a very heated rivalry. Just 2 days ago, the cheapest ticket to get into the Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever game was $86, and now it's down to $25. This is also against the same person who said the reason people come to watch the WNBA is because of her talking about Angel Reese, but she cannot even keep the ticket prices up. The teams that Caitlin Clark was supposed to play against over these next 2 weeks also already rented out a bigger stadium because of how many people they were expecting to have show up to see Caitlin Clark play. And because the WNBA is only about 40 games, she is missing a huge chunk of time with being out 2 weeks in June.
You could practically hear the panic set in at WNBA headquarters. One sprained ankle, and suddenly everyone's scrambling like they just dropped a baby in a swimming pool. Because here's the truth. The league doesn't just miss Caitlin Clark's highlights. It misses relevance. Without her, it's back to gymnasiums that echo like church halls and attendance so low you can hear players' thoughts. And let's be clear, it was never just about her play. It was the drama, the buzz, the excitement. Without Caitlin, the WNBA is once again out here trying to sell water in a rainstorm.
Oh boy, WNBA fans, y'all are screwed. Look at that. Caitlin Clark is out 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Do you know how bad the WNBA ratings are going to be for the next 2 weeks? Nobody watches the WNBA at all. if it's not for Caitlin Clark in the first place. Now that she is hurt, who in the world is going to watch these games? Who in the world is going to watch a WNBA game without the biggest star the sport has seen ever? Like, this is going to be hilarious the next couple of weeks when these ABC stations, TNT, ESPN, see how bad the ratings are when Caitlin Clark isn't playing. And then all the players are going to see, oh, wow, we actually need Caitlin Clark to play in these games for us to try to make money.
Meanwhile, social media is in full mourning mode. The comment sections, they look like digital memorials. People aren't just sad, they're angry because they knew this was coming. You can't run a player into the ground, stack back-to-back games like it's a punishment, and then act shocked when she finally goes down. Caitlin Clark's been treated like a one-woman circus act, expected to perform miracles while everyone else stands around, arms folded, pretending she's just lucky to be here. Spoiler alert, the only lucky thing about Caitlin is that she hasn't ripped the rim off the backboard from sheer overuse. And now, let's talk numbers, because that's where the roasting really begins. Her games? They're crushing every other matchup this season by margins so wide it's almost disrespectful. When Caitlin plays, the lights are brighter, the crowds are louder, the sponsors are thrilled, and the popcorn 30% saltier. When she doesn't, the drop-off is a cliff dive. TV ratings without Caitlin look like a broken EKG, flat, lifeless, and a little embarrassing. Even the fans admit it. No Caitlin, no clicks. That's not just influence, that's domination.
Caitlin Clark effect is real. Caitlin Clark effect is alive and well, but unfortunately for the WNBA, she's now out for a minimum of 2 weeks before she gets reevaluated. So they might not see numbers like this for quite some time. This next Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky game, June 7th, I believe, that's going to be on CBS as well. You think that's going to draw 2.7? I can assure you it won't. You think that's going to draw over 2 million? I can assure you that won't.
So what does the WNBA do in return? They throw her to the wolves. And by wolves, we mean defenders with the subtlety of a demolition crew on a caffeine bender. Caitlin Clark, the league's biggest draw in years, gets tossed into the lion's den with a target on her back and a neon sign that basically says, "Please foul me repeatedly per minutes," stretched thinner than cheap spandex. As if overplaying a rookie in the most physical league imaginable is some kind of genius growth strategy. Protection on the court? Please. The refs might as well be handing out coupons for one free hard foul. And now that she's hurt, the league pulls the classic shrug and pivot, scanning the room, desperately hoping someone else can generate a fraction of the buzz. Spoiler alert. There isn't anyone else. Because the moment Caitlin hit the floor, clutching that injury, the momentum that had been building like a freight train slammed into a concrete wall. The energy? Gone. The excitement? Gone. The ratings? Already on life support. The WNBA gambled on her star power without protecting the investment, and now they're finding out the hard way. You don't build a league by breaking your brightest.
We need her to play for us to get views, so maybe we should stop hurting her. Oh, maybe they'll finally see that they need Caitlin Clark. I mean, I can't believe we even have to discuss this, that she's even, if you don't think she's the biggest star in the sport, you're delusional. This girl carries not only her team, but her sport and her league. She carries the league, and you're going to find out.
Now, let's talk about the Indiana Fever. If you thought they wouldn't feel Caitlin's absence right away, you were mistaken. Their latest game against the Washington Mystics was painful. Like watching a chicken try to operate a jet ski. Confused, chaotic, and nowhere near award-worthy. The Fever dropped that game 83-77, and you could taste the desperation in the air. The players looked like they were waiting for Caitlin to magically pop out of a Gatorade cooler and save the day. Spoiler alert. No miracle, no Caitlin, no hope. The Fever without her is like a pizza without cheese. Still technically pizza, but also profoundly disappointing. The offense crawled slower than dial-up internet in a fiber-optic world. The defense? Missing in action, like a sitcom dad who said he was just going out for milk. Missed shots, missed opportunities. They looked allergic to the basket. The rhythm was gone. The spacing? Tragic. And the energy? Picture trying to power a roller coaster with a single AA battery. Just not gonna cut it. That it's a harsh reminder that sometimes One player doesn't just elevate a team, she is the team.